Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Georgia and today I'm testing out something that I got for my birthday. This is the Ciate London All About Eyes set, which is created with Danielle Marcan. And it comes in a really cool packaging. This is just a sleeve from the outside of it. But it comes in this really cool packaging. You get an eyeshadow palette in there, mascara and eyeliner, cheek tint, and then like an eyeshadow flip in there as well, which looks pretty cool. And then it comes in this box on the inside. So in it, as I said, you've got all the pieces in there, the eyeshadow palette, some mascara in there, the cheek, the shadow flip, and then an eyeliner. I haven't tested any of these out yet. I've used the blush and I used it on my cheeks earlier. I have put other colour on top of it since, but I just think it was a bit balmy. It was more like a balm. It's quite a thick balm, so I would have to have more of a play around with it to see how we get on with it. But otherwise, it was okay. It just wasn't my absolute favourite for now, but I'm going to be testing the other products out today. So this is the eyeshadow palette. You've got some really pretty blue and green colours in there, as well as like nudes and browns. So I guess you can kind of do a very neutral basic look, or you can decide to do something a bit fun and funky with the colour there. There is a mix of shimmers, glitters and mattes by the look to it in here. They'd be cool. It's a nice sort of colour story, be a fun sort of thing to play around with. This actually matches in with the shadow flip as well. This is a multi-chromatic shifting liquid shadow in the shade Peacock. And this is really pretty green, reflective, like multi-chromatic shade of liquid eyeshadow. So I'm definitely giving that a go today as well. Another product in here, this is the WONDERWAND Gel Kohl Liner in black, and one end has a brush like this, which I absolutely love the idea of. If you've seen any of my other videos, you will know that I absolutely love the By Terry brush, which comes in the palette. It's sort of similar to this, maybe a little bit thinner, but I think this is nice to get on the end of an eyeliner. And the other end is just a basic kohl eyeliner. So it's a gel kohl, so we'll see with the consistency and the product for that there. But otherwise, I really like the idea of that brush on the end of it. Sometimes you get like a sponge, so you can smudge it out. I feel like this will just give you a bit more definition, and you can probably use it to dip into shadows and use it that way as well, which is quite nice. And then there is the WONDERWAND mascara. I haven't used a mascara from them, and it does feel pretty heavy, this. It's pretty sort of hefty mascara, but again, the packaging's really pretty. I really like that. And there is a normal bristle brush there, and it does look quite nice and big and chunky, so hopefully we'll get some nice lashes from that. And the final thing, like I said, this is the Dewy blush Glossy cheek tint. I just find it slightly too balmy. Also, it really smells of watermelon. I'm not really a massive fan of watermelon. You can't smell it when it's on your cheeks or anything, but it really does just remind me of like one of those lip glosses you'd get in a tube when you were younger, and it smelled like watermelon. Almost like, was it the Lancome ones? I don't remember if they were watermelon or what they were, but I just feel like this is slightly too thick to start off with. I will have a play around with it because it probably will get easier as I use it. I'm just used to using a basic cream blush, and it's not too thick, like it does blend in, but I just found it it's just balmy on your skin, which might be alright if you're not going to powder your skin afterwards, or you don't need to powder it much, but I powder my face, so it was just, for me it was slightly unnecessary for it to be this texture, and then we're going to powder it anyway. But if you don't powder, maybe this is a better one for you. And that one is in the shade Papaya. So we've got a few interesting bits to play around with today. It didn't come with any lip products, but it is an All About Eyes box. So let's get into it and see what sort of looks we can do today. This is just tacky on me now. First, I'm just going to take a basic sort of brush and go into this nude sort of shade here. I'm just going to put it all over my lid, just again to give it a base. It's a really pretty soft colour. You can't really see it too much, which is good because you can kind of use it to blend shades together, or you can use it as a base, you can use it just to top up something. Whereas sometimes a lot of like the lighter nude shades will really show, and then it'll be like you've got white eyeshadow on before you put anything else on. Not all the time, of course, and obviously you also do want eyeshadows to actually show up on your face, but I just think it's a really soft, pretty colour. I'm going to take my By Terry brush. This is one I was talking about earlier. Like this end bit is quite similar to the eyeliner, this sort of brush to it. This one is slightly thicker, this one is a bit more movable, but otherwise they are pretty similar. These are good for doing eyeliner with, or doing like, especially with eyeshadow with eyeliner, it just gets a really small amount and you can build it up. But I'm going to take the other end for now. This is the fluffier end. I'm just going to take it into this shade here. It's almost like a grey nude. And I really like using this brush to go into my crease and creating a shape there. So I'm just going to do today. And I'm just going in with that first brush and the first eyeshadow I use, and I'm just blending it out a bit because it did look a little bit harsh. And also I didn't really know where I was going to go with the rest of the look because there's a few other nudes in here, and I kind of want to put a green or something down, but they're all shimmers, so I probably will, but it's not really going to work with the first idea I had with this eyeshadow look here anyway. So I'm just blending it out slightly just so we still have that shadow there. I think I'm going to go into this shade. It's a glitter by the looks of it, and just put this one all over the lid. Wow, that is really pretty, like a mermaid or something. It could definitely be used more as an eyeshadow topper, but this one is quite sheer with the actual application and colour. It is really pretty though. Let's try this green next to it. Isn't as shimmery. It looks more, isn't as glittery. It looks more like a shimmer. This again does look really pretty. It does look it's going to be a very similar shade to the shadow flip. So I kind of wish I hadn't put this on now, but it does look really pretty. You might be able to find some sort of way around it. I just don't feel like you're going to be able to see that shadow flip that well on top. I'm going to use my By Terry brush. Just go into this brown shade here. I'm just putting it at the edge here, just to give a bit of depth. Might even just use the shade next to it as well. Just went into this shade next to it as well to use as a bit more of a shadow, just because that one was slightly too warm. I didn't know about this look. Kind of don't really know about the palette either, because it does look really pretty. It has got some really nice shades in there, but a lot of the mattes are the browns, and then all of the shimmers or glitters are green or blue. I kind of would like to maybe a matte green or blue in there as well to kind of play around with or to put down first, especially using this shade because it looked like it would have a bit more colour to that. Anyway, speaking of shimmers, I'm going to go into this blue shade here and kind of just apply that over the top of where I'd put that darker colour. And now I'm going to go in with the shadow flip. I'm going to take a bit on a brush and try and do it as an eyeliner. See how that goes. It's probably going to go terrible, but here we are. I'm actually kind of shocked. Like, that worked and looks so good. Like, the actual formula is nice. It goes on nicely. It gives you enough time to put it on without it drying down, or like, you know, you put it over and sometimes it overlaps. It doesn't do that at all. And the brush is really nice with it too. This is the Morphe M508 brush. It's just a little domed like eyeliner brush, I guess. And that would look really nice with it too. Like the line at the edge, like the actual wing. It was so pretty. That looks really nice. I really like that. Just show you a bit on the back of my hand to show you like the actual colour, because you can't really see too much on my eyes. Just the way, it's not showing up. It's like a bluey green, which almost goes to like a purpley blue in the light. I don't know if you can see it really much on this. I'm just going to take a smaller sort of chubby brush here. I'm going to go into this gold shade. Put it onto the middle part of my eye here. But the eyeshadows are really nice to work with. And the shimmers are nice, and it's nice. There's almost like a mix of shimmers in there as well. Some of them are quite glittery and others a bit more softer. So I'm going to go in with the mascara next. I'm just going to curl my lashes quickly and then I'll get the mascara on. So this mascara is the WONDERWAND mascara, and it says it's intensely volumizing mascara. 95.4% saw 24-hour long wear results. 95.5% saw extreme lash length. 96.4% saw intense lash curl and volume. And buildable for added texture, so you can kind of build it up, I guess it says. I am quite picky with mascaras and stuff. I know sometimes you do have to almost wait for them to settle. When you first buy them, they're very wet still. It's doing quite nice so far. It is looking like a nice mascara. It doesn't seem too messy or anything, or too like thick or like everywhere, so that looks quite nice. While I'm waiting for my lashes before I go in with another coat, I'm going to go in with the eyeliner. I wasn't too sure, I kind of like it without the eyeliner, but I really want to test it out today to see, because I find a lot of eyeliners are quite creamy and sometimes break off in your actual eye. So let's just give this a go. It does say it's a black, but even on the actual pencil and then on my eye, it almost has like a blue undertone to it. It's not fully black. I'd say it's probably like a navy or a blue black. But it kind of makes sense because it does match the rest of the look. But it just says it's black on there, so just be kind of aware that it's not fully black, I wouldn't say. It might be different if you're putting it on like the actual top of your lashes and you're using it full force, but I feel like on the waterline it's quite blue. But it's quite nice to use. It's not really too creamy. It hasn't smudged onto actual sort of lashes at all. It's kind of stayed in place. So it is quite nice for that. It just depends how it stays on my eyes and everything as well. Yeah, that's been a really nice eyeliner to work with. It's nice. It depends how it sharpens as well. I always haven't sharpened it, but sometimes these wooden ones kind of sharpen a bit weird and they just get really sharp in your eyes and stuff. But we shall see. I'm just going to go in with another coat of the mascara quickly, and I think that's that now. That's everything. Must be. And that's the second coat of mascara. Do you think some of my lashes look really nice? I actually quite like some of that stuff. I really like the mascara for now. Like obviously I'm just going to see how it goes throughout the day, because if it smudges quite a lot, or like, not like for on a daily basis, but if it like smudges or it like tears when you cry, your eyes water and stuff, then you know. But so far it's actually looking really good. This is only 2 coats and it looks really nice. It hasn't gone clumpy or anything either. Hasn't given a nice length and like depth to the lashes. And then I really like the shadow flip as well. This is a really nice colour, and I'm really impressed that it worked with the eyeshadow like eyeliner brush as well. I don't know why it wouldn't, but I really like that it's worked with that, because you get a bit more of a different look from it. It doesn't always have to be just a straight up and that's it, and you can go in and use it as a liner too, which is really nice. Use it really nice and like versatile and everything. And the eyeliner I really like too. That is really nice. It's not too creamy or anything, but it's also not too dry on your eyes. And I really like that little brush, even though I haven't really used it yet, but I really like this on the end of it too. It's just really clever. The only thing about this is I wouldn't really say it was black. I'd say it's blue black or something, but. And the eyeshadow palette is okay. It does have some really pretty shades in there, but like I said, I just kind of wish there was a blue and a green matte shade in there, because it'd make it a lot more usable. And I think you could kind of dip into this, like especially on the lower lash line now. If I wanted to put a colour in on there, I think it would have to be one of the shimmers, and I don't really want a shimmer on my lower lash line. It could have been nice to have a, even if it was a dark green or one of these sort of in a matte, and maybe one of the blues in a matte or something, because then you can build up the colour a bit more. But otherwise it is a really pretty palette, and like I was saying, this isn't necessarily an everyday palette anyway. This is in Aspen, this one. This isn't an everyday palette anyway, so it's kind of understandable why, like obviously if you look at the colours in it, that's the colour scheme they're going for, that's the overall colour of the palette. So not every single palette that someone makes has to be, you can wear it every single day, you know. But I like what I've used so far on this. They do look really nice and pretty. I have a bit more of a play around with this as well. Same with all these products. I think it's just having a bit more of a play around and seeing what I like, how I use things, how you put this and this differently on, because I really like how that is in the eyeliner, but it might look completely different if I was to put it all over my lid. It's just personal preference again. And the same with the blush as well. I just don't really at the moment personally like it. Even when I tried it on my hand there, it's quite balmy, like I just feel it on my skin. I just no, but otherwise it is a really nice idea, really nice colour and everything as well, and the whole set overall is really nice. It is a set that Danielle Marcan put together, so she's like a beauty influencer. She got quite big on TikTok, I think, but yeah, she does some really pretty eyeshadow looks and everything. I'll leave stuff linked below, I guess, if you want to go check her out, her Instagram and stuff. But otherwise, yeah, I think it is a really nice set overall. The overall colour theme is like the green and blues, which is really nice. And yeah, the mascara is really pretty, the eyeliner is really nice, and yeah, it's just about the cheek thing, but you know me. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed today's video. I'll leave everything linked down below. Let me know what you think of this set and whether you've tried any other of Ciate's makeup range of stuff in the past, because I've only kind of been known for the nail varnishes, but it's been quite a while now since they did that stuff. So yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you again soon. Bye. I'm quite picky about mascaras and stuff. I know sometimes you do. Okay,